Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, May 18th, and today we will cover Group B guesstimates for YieldMax, of course. But before that, thank you for confirming sound, Jeff. And what I have up is my Twitter, or AKA X, account. The only reason I have it up is right now I have 9,735 followers, so I'm working on growing that. I've been doing more spaces, which means basically live podcasts where I speak to different people, whether it be YieldMax people or everyday, your everyday Joe Schmo, right? So if you don't follow me on there, feel free to, and then help me to hit that 10,000 follower mark, and then we'll go from there. But like I said, similar to my car podcast, I'm doing pretty much the car YouTube video. It's like a car podcast, but I'm talking to people. So if you guys want to be a part of that, feel free to join. All right, so here we go. Again, we're talking about Group B, the upcoming week. So the weekly payers and Group B, they're declaring on Wednesday, May 21st, and then ex-dividend date, the Thursday, May 22nd, and then of course Friday, May 23rd. Again, I'm assuming these are the dates. It has to be unless there's a holiday, but May 23rd, payday Friday for that. So let's get to the fun. Obviously, we are live, and I will consider, obviously, entertain the chat as we go. I know people that watch later, they love that. I'm just kidding. But Stinking Rocket says, why is it not Monday yet? Well, let's hope it's not Monday yet. I know, we want it to be for the market, but let's enjoy the rest of the weekend. Some of us who still work, we do like the weekend, right? Anyway, so let's talk about NVIDIA. Let's see. Let me get a good picture, good screen going on here. Let's get the gains, prior distro. All right, how's the visual, guys? How's the visual on the live? Is it good? All right, so NVIDIA. What is NVIDIA going to pay? Well, let's start with again, I started tracking the actual realized income during the 4-week cycle. I'm going to try to drink coffee as we go. Usually it gets cold because I forget. But yeah, it's a little early today, Michael. I had to start earlier because I got to get my ass to the gym before the doubleheader today. So what do we got here? We got NVIDIA. They made about 119 million. At least this is what I'm showing during the cycle. I don't believe I started the cycle off right because, again, I just found out recently that they cut it off at the Friday. So basically last Friday, that's it. Whatever they made, that's what's considered into the distro, okay? So obviously starting the Monday, well, that will be the start of the new cycle. This says start deck date, but I won't start at deck date. It'll be start Monday, whatever that date is, May 19th. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm showing they made 119 million. There's 90,825,000 outstanding shares. So that would come to about $1.32 per share. All right, $1.32. So if we go back to the file, where the heck are we? There we are. We go here. In price, they started the cycle. Let's make sure these dates are current. 4/24 would have been last X date, I believe. Again, we can always just confirm here, right? Let's look at Group B's last X date. 4/24. Okay, good. All right, so 4/24 was the last X date. So NVIDIA's price on that date was $13.80. The price as of the close I'm showing was $16.84. That is a price change during the 4-week cycle of $3.04. So there's there's more than three things, but the three main things that I consider is how much it went up in price, how much realized income per share it made, and what's the IV. And also, so the IV is not updating. Isn't that great? All right, so let's hit refresh. Awesome, and then it defaulted my my zoom and screwed up my whole view. Woohoo! All right, so let's fix the zoom. 150, and hopefully we at least got the IV for our troubles. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. Sweet. All right, here we go. So IV 50%. Obviously, you see the guesstimate yield. I know that's there. So let me unhighlight and let's just see what I don't even remember what I put. All right, so I got 91 cents. 91 cents is a 70% yield. All right, so I think a lot of people, they kind of wanted $1. They wanted $1, and I wanted to give them $1, to be honest. But looking at the price share depreciation, I don't know. I don't think, to me, it's a good idea. I'm looking at the historical payments. Let's see, 67 cents, 78 cents. And they did have $1.61 here, but I'm not sure what the price was of Nvidia at that time. So again, they did. So let's look at this again. 304 price movement. All right. Recognized income, $1.32. 30-day IV, 50%. Lowest distro, 41 cents. Will they pay $1? I'm not doing it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it as 91 cents. I don't know. I'm probably going to be wrong for lowballing it. But because do I think they're going to pay? The question is, like, when they do well, are they going to pay over 100%? No, they didn't have like that kind of fantastic month. So I'm not thinking so. All right, so that's Nvidia. Let me just check up on the chat because I did see a bunch of comments. Good morning, everyone. I can't pull up all the good mornings. We'll be here all day. Time to upgrade to 4K. It says HD, and that's all they pretty much got on here, brother AB. All right, LA, you're not ready with your coffee, man. You got to get up earlier. All right, so here's a question from Stinking Rocket. That's a good name. How come they can't keep some of the profit to keep the NAV steady? They do. Or does it have to be paid in dividends? Well, again, they have a fiscal period. I believe it's 11/1 to 10/31. So they should have, they have to pay 90% of their income for whatever they make during that cycle. So they could do whatever they please, right, in the middle months like May, June, whatever. But then at the end of the cycle, they would have to be at the 90% range. All right. So, well, I think everyone else kind of answered that. All right. Let me see what else. All right. I got to take a sip of my coffee. Sure, they will give that extra 9 cents. I don't think they care about that as much as we do. You know what I mean? All right. So yes, I did discuss it in the beginning of another video. I do have it up because I knew this would come up. So remind me when we get through these, I'll go over it again. All right. So that's about the prospectus change. All right. Moving on to Phoebe. Let's take a look. Again, we'll start with the group's value. Let's go to Phoebe. Anything in green, the negative would be an actual income. So Phoebe, 80-cent loss per share. So we can't, that doesn't matter. So again, that's easy. We can move on. How much in price share appreciation for the ETF, if I could talk? 226. Okay. All right. That's fine. IV is pretty bad, 29%. And yeah, I don't know. Let's open it up. Let's see what I put. All right. So I got 56 cents. 56 cents is a 44% yield. It's greater than the IV and it's greater than the last payment. And the reason for that is simply because it did go up in price by 226. Obviously, they did not make income that I saw. Recognized income. On paper, it looks like they're looking pretty good. But I do think they're going to pay a little more than the prior month. So I gave them 56 cents, which is a 44% yield. And I don't I think most of you know this, but these numbers that I'm giving, this is just, it's called a guesstimate for a reason. It's a, or a WAG, a wild ass guess, right? Your guess is as good as mine. So this is just for fun. I hope you all know that. The real declaration comes out the Wednesday, and you will have time to actually buy into the funds that day. So don't ever make any decisions based on whatever my guesstimate shows. So please keep that in mind. Okay. Just looking at the comments too as I go. All right, nothing to talk about. All right, up next is JPMO. Let's see if they made money. JPMO, they made 92 cents per share. That's not bad, not bad at all. They did go up $1.30 in price, and their IV is super low at 21%. So taking all of that into consideration, let's see what we got here. I gave, well, last payment, they surprised everyone. They gave a 56-cent payment. And for some reason, I think they're going to do that again. I gave them a 58 cents payment. That's putting them at a 45% yield, which is double the IV. So I got to think twice now about this. I know they did good last month, and I think I lowballed them the last time. So I'm probably trying to make up for it. And then I'm going to be probably too high. So they did go up $1.30. So we have to think about that. They went up $1.30. They made what, 92 cents, we said? Yeah. So yeah, why not? Yeah. Because it's kind of in line with the last really good payment. So it makes sense to keep it in line. I don't know. That's my thinking. All right. So JPMO 58 cents, 45% yield. Up next, your boy Murney. Again, people, this is a love-hate fund, I would imagine. It's just, I mean, it's crazy, the struggle with this one. But let's see if they made money. Unfortunately, they did not. They lost about 97 cents per share. So let's go back over here and see price change in the ETF. They went down 16 cents. That's not going to help it. And their IV is 75%. So obviously, I just, again, if they didn't make money, the share price didn't go up. I pretty much just give them the IV. There's no secrets there. So giving them the IV, that'll put them at 14 cents per share, which is more than last month. So it makes me want to drop it even more, at least to 13 cents. But I don't know. I'll just leave it. All right. Up next is GDXY. But let me just check on the comments again to obviously appreciate the people that did join and get up early. Some of you said you got up at 3. Is that what I saw? So Jeff says your guesses are pretty good. Hopefully, right? Plus they are fun to talk about for sure. Good morning, Life of Dividends. I'm selling after the Murney after the dividend. So Stinking Racket is selling his Murney. Morning from Florida. All right. Hope I need to move there too. All right. Anyway, GDXY, how you doing? Let's see. GDXY. What? Again, obviously, I'm not singing or screaming at the moment. Baby's still sleeping, so that's why I'm kind of like in a lower tone, right? Anyway, GDXY, they made 8 cents per share, so that's not going to change my mind on anything. So let's see what else they did here. They did lose 89 cents per share. So again, eliminating those two, I have to default to the IV. Looks like I gave them a boost though. So let's see why. Let's see what I gave them. I gave them 51 cents. I think because looking at the last two, they were 63 cents and 72. I don't know. I just didn't want to drop it too much. So that's not really a good reason, to be honest. So this one, again, as you know, I do adjustments. So let's see what a 47 cent looks like. Wow. You know what? I got to go lower. I got to go 43. I'm trying to give them closer to the IV. All right. Yeah. So GDXY, I'm going to give them, yeah, let's give them a 43-cent payment, which is a 37% yield. Is that right? I don't know. GDXY holders may be going to be mad at me since I lowered their distro. All right. Up next, your boy, Babo. All right. Babo. All All right, so let's see what they did. They lost 331, so that's not going to help me. In price appreciation, they did go up $1.03, so that's not bad, right? And their IV is 38%. All right, pretty simple stuff there. Let's see what I gave them. I gave them 62 cents. That is a decrease from the last payment, a decrease from the payment before that, and a giant decrease of the payment before that. So again, I think that's kind of like what I was thinking, not giving them more than the IV. So yeah, I'm going to leave it since they did go up in appreciation. I'll give them 62 cents per share, which is a 46% yield. All right, up next is PLTY, Platey, right? A lot of people are becoming, fan favorites of Platey because they are pretty much outperforming everyone. They're just dominating, and it's obviously due to their underlying. They made 81 million so far during this cycle in income. There's 5.2 million outstanding shares, so that comes to an income of 1558. I'm not quite sure if that lines up. Let's see if it lines up with my, well, actually it has to line up. Yeah, I got the income estimate, 1558. So, yeah. So are they going to pay 1558? No, definitely not. How much did they go up in price? In price, they went up by $12.80. So, again, that's massive, seriously massive. They paid what? $4.65 the last time around. Their IV is 56%. So what am I going to give them? Again, I always said they're going to pay $5, right? They're going to pay $5. They're going to pay $5 over and over and over and over again. I really didn't want to give them more than $5. I didn't, but I think I have to. I think I have to give more than $5 because, well, for one, yes, I'm thinking over 100% yield easily. And at the same time, I'm thinking probably not 120%, right? I know they don't want to pay out too much. I do know that based on kind of some of the interviews that I've heard. So I'm thinking, yeah, is this too high? I don't think so. I think it's just right. I feel good about this number. So I'm going to go with $6.15. That is a 111% yield. It's possible they could pay more. I mean, they could pay whatever the hell they want, obviously. I don't see a $10 payment. I don't see a 9. I don't see an 8. 7, okay. I could see 7, but I'm feeling more comfortable in the $6 range. So I'm going to leave it at $6.15. Because remember, that's double their IV, right? They strive to pay their IV unless they make more. So, if they made more, double their IV, I think is pretty generous. So you have to think of those, things in consideration. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Do you think I'm too high or too low? This is a tough one. But again, you can't go wrong with 5. You just say 5 every month. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's a safe bet. But I'm feeling pretty good that this month's going to be a little more. Because remember, there was some carryover. I feel like there was a decent amount of carryover that they didn't pay out too. All right. So up next is your boy Maro. Let's see. Oh, wow. Maro made $2.69 per share. Damn. They went up $3.27 in price, and their IV is 75%. I mean, this is a pretty damn sweet. This is a good ass fund, right? This is a good month. What are they going to pay? Well, I think they're going to be another 100%er, to be honest. And their last 2 payments were 147 and 184. Again, considering they paid 184, I'm not sure how good they performed last month, but look how much they went up. They went up 327 in price. So $2 safe bet, man. You know what? I'm going to give them a little more, 204. Are they going to do that to us? Are they going to do 205? I don't know. But that keeps it a little, okay, 104% yield there. What do you think of that? Is that good? That's pretty good, right? 104% yield, 205. Increase from last month. Boom, boom, boom. Nice, right? You guys happy with that? All right. getting back to the comments. Let's see if people thought I was too high in my guesstimate here. Jeff likes it. That's good. All right. So Sour Kiss, I guess I call that Sour Kiss or Exis. They could pay 7. Yeah, they certainly could. 7, too low. Oh, a lot of people want more. Anything over 6, Keith says, but he wants higher. Man, you guys are some greedy bastards. MJ could be 7 plus. Man, you guys are greedy. Good morning. Did we get to Platey? Yes, we did. It's up there on the screen still. All right. What do we got? Yes, he said 610. I said 615. Come on, man. Come on, Cletus. All right. Life of Dividends. He's going to guess 750. Good Lord. I mean, that's possible. Actually, let's see what that yield would be, just to get an idea. I mean, that's 135% yield. That's obnoxious, which is good. I mean, it's an eye opener, but we'll see, man. We'll see. All right, caught up on the chat. Let's continue. Up next is an inverse fund of Nvidia, DIPS. How they do? Well, let's see. Let's go take a look, and we'll go to DIPS. Dippity-doo-dah. They made 5 cents per share. Okay, that's not going to do anything. They went down in price by 273. Well, that's not going to help either. Their IV is 50%, so I'm pretty much giving them their IV. I'm giving them a little more than the IV because typically the inverse funds, I always feel like they overpay. So I'm going to give them a 41-cent payment, which is a 58% yield. All right, nothing more to say about that. And look at this. Daniel Woodford, very nice gentleman here. He said, thanks for all you do. Pick up a share of Platey and get some of that juicy dividend. Now, I appreciate that, Daniel. You didn't have to do that, but again, very grateful for that. And yeah, no worries, Sour Kiss. All right, so that's so nice, Daniel. Yes, it is. Thanks for the estimate, Misty and Platey. Bella Bear Music. That sounds like a YouTube channel. You have a YouTube channel, Bella Bear Music? Feel free to share your link. We can listen to your music. All right, no more inverse funds. I sold them all. It's time to be bullish. Yeah, man, I agree. I agree. All right, so let's get to the weeklies. If I could scroll. I did block out these. I'm not sure if I should, but I did. All right, up next is your boy YieldMax. YieldMax last week, again, it's a little different here because they don't pay every 4 weeks. They pay 4 times during that cycle. So I add the 4 payments in the formula. Their last payment was 19 cents. Okay, so who are they paying based on this time? Well, it's Group A. Okay, so we have to go upwards to Group A at the top. And I got a handy dandy formula here. And here's Group A. It's telling me the YieldMax payment is 19 cents. Is that correct? Who the hell knows, right? Who the hell knows? And I'm not going through the formula exactly. I think sometimes I do, but I'm just trying to move it along here. I got 17 cents, so that's a slight decrease from the last payment, and that would make it a 64% yield. Again, I don't know. These weeklies, man, I'm no good with these anymore. But it is what it is. People still want me to go for it, so I go for it. Why the hell not? All right, YMAG. This one's tough, man. YMAG, they're screwing me up too. So if I go up here, I mean, we're showing 25 cents. Like, how? What the hell? All right, how in the hell? So if we go down, let's see. Their last payment was 19 cents. They've been paying 10 cents, 10 cents, 9 cents. They've been paying 8 cents, 9 cents. I mean, and then they pay 19 cents. So they're screwing me up. So I have no freaking idea. So I gave them what, 17 cents? I gave them the 70% multiplier on the top payment. Again, sorry, but who the hell knows? All right. Up next, your boy L to the F to the G to the Y. Here we go. What do they own? They own a whole bunch of crap. Crypto, techie, whatever. GameStop. It's a big old party of IV, right? Bitdeer's been here forever. CleanSpark, that's some crypto thing, right? Core Scientific, the nerdy ass company. I mean, who the hell knows, right? But PayPal, Oprah still hanging out. Like, who wants Oprah? Not me. Only 40% yield. Yeah, get out of here. Block, all right. Tesla, I'll take some Tesla. But overall, who cares about all that? What's their average IV? It's showing 61%. If you take that number, you multiply it by the current price of LFGY, and then you divide it by 52 payments, you get 48 cents. Okay, so what does that mean? What the hell are they paying? Well, let's see. I did 48 cents. I did not do a multiplier. That's 100%. So let's see. Their last payment, that's why I left it, because their last payment was 47. So I'm going to keep it in line, 48 cents, which is a 61% yield for LFGY. I mean, I think that's pretty good, right? Don't you think? And I know I should probably update this with the last ex-dividend date, right? Even though it doesn't matter, because I think they pay from the week prior. But yeah, I'm not updating that. Who cares? It's irrelevant. All right, let me go to the comments, and then I'll go right to GPTY. All right, so let's see what we got here. Morning, Mike Bridgeway. Don't recognize that name. Maybe you're new. Good morning, Ann. All right. Bad raspy. I joked around with this with Mike on one of the Twitter spaces, but no, they don't give a crap about my guesstimates. They may watch. I don't know if they watch this video, but even if they do, I'm sorry, but they really don't give two craps of what I say. All right, Max. Good morning, Max. What's going on? It's early for you, Max, isn't it? All right. LFGY is awesome. Yes, it is. YieldMax 20 cents. I think you always underestimate a penny. Hey, I'll take that. A penny all day, baby. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, man, get rid of Oprah. Nobody likes her, right? Nobody likes her. All right, what else we got going here? I'm hoping for $5 on Platey, but I'd be excited. Yeah, I think you'll definitely get over 5, Thor. You know, I mean, if you have to, there's no way they're going under 5. Hey, Rod, what's the highest guesstimate yield you've seen? Well, guesstimate yield or actual yield? I mean, the highest actual yield, again, I don't think they ever hit like 150% to my knowledge. But obviously, if the price of the ETF like drops this huge the next day, I mean, the yield could be really anything depending on what the price fluctuation is. But probably around 130%. I mean, I don't know, honestly. But if I was to guess, give you a wag, that's it. All right, so let's move on. I'm caught up with the comments. Let's go to GPTY. Again, apologize for the people watching after. But again, it's a live stream. What do you want? I don't get to go live often, so I got to enjoy it. Got to enjoy the comments as I cover the funds. All right, GPTY, what are they doing? Well, they got some safe options. Like we said, Apple, Broadcom, Amazon, just chilling. Then they got this little degenerate here, Core Weave, 117%. And boost up the yield, I guess, right? All right, Alphabet's in there. IBM. I mean, is anyone else besides me like in shock that IBM's even still in business? Nvidia, Oracle, Snowflake, all right, whatever. All right, this cash, I got to get rid of this cash because cash is not a ticker. Cash is cash, but it comes up as an actual ticker. Anyway, the average IV for GPTY is 47%. Guesstimate based on that would be 40 cents. Let's go back to the file. Let's see what I gave them, because again, I don't even know. Once I make it blue, it's forgotten. Looks like I gave them a 90% multiplier, which would put them at 35 cents, which is a 42% yield. Why did I give them? Well, I'm looking at the last 4. Oh my God, the last 4 payments, 24, 29, 27, and 20. I got to lower. I got to give them an 80% multiplier. Sorry. I mean, I don't know why I'm thinking even that high. 31 cents is still, again, when's the last time they paid out 30? Then, oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't give him 30, can I? So that's a tough one, man. I'll leave it. I'll leave it at 31 cents. That's a 38% yield. All right, these ones, again, I suck at these for sure. Hopefully, Max, you can cover these one day. SDTY, QDTY, and RDTY. But I'm just going to unhighlight these all together because I have no freaking idea. SDTY, the last payment was 24 cents. I'm going to give them 21. QDTY, last payment, 23 cents. I'm going to give them 26. And then RDTY, last payment, 24 cents. And I'm going to give them 29. All right. Up next, your boy, my boy, Ulti. All right. Ulti's still hanging strong. I know the price is very ugly at 629, but you know, what are they doing? Is they still buying puts? They still buying puts over here? Where are they at? Where are they at? Where's the positions here? Yep. I know it's all smashed together, so it's tough to see, but yep, they're still doing the downside thing. So it looks like they're selling calls, buying puts. But either way, we don't care about that. We care about what do we got in the fund? What's the IV? Well, they got Bull. Bull doesn't come up with an IV. I'm not sure what it is. Kava, all right. Coinbase, yeah, whatever. Hims and Hers is always in here. Ion Q, okay. Mara, all right. MSTR, can't go wrong there, right? Palantir, there you go. There's our Palantir exposure. Reddit, our favorite app. All right, so we got triple leverage Russell, triple leverage Qs. Do we have triple leverage for the UPRO? No. Where's UPRO? Where is it? Cash, we got to get cash out of there. Get out of here. All right, so what's the average IV of Volti? 72%. Now, that is sweet. That is too sweet. And again, if Bull was updated, maybe it's even higher. I don't know. So if we take 72%, you multiply it by this massive price of 629. What do you get? You get 9 cents. Of course, you got to divide it by 52 weeks. What are they going to pay? I don't know. Nobody knows. All right. I gave them what? 8 cents. Well, that's what it comes to. It comes to 8 cents. Let's look at their last 4 payments. 8, 9, 11, and 10. Oof. I have 8 cents. Well, it's going to round up to 9. If you look, that would round up to 9. I'm not going to give them any more. I'm just not going to do it. So that's a 72% yield. So that's all you're getting from me. All right. All right. So why is this not up? This should probably reflect the formula, the IV from the file, right? Where's the IV? Right there. Boom. And then we got Chippity-Doodah. Of course, we got to get Chippity-Doodah. I'll do that in a second. Chippity-Doodah, Chippity Day. Chippa. What a wonderful day. All right, what do we got? Apply material, Broadcom, bunch of chippities. KLA, Chippity. We are just chipping away here. What the heck are they going to pay? Texas Instruments. I always think of my little graphing calculator when I was in school. I thought it was the coolest thing when you know, one of the nerds helped me out. They built like a game inside of it. I'm like, I used to play games on a graphing calculator. Now, if the kids nowadays saw that game, what a joke. The technology it's went crazy. But they always had the best graphing calculators, that's for sure. Anyway, the average IV, 42% for Chippity-Doodah. The payment based on that, 42 cents. So what are they going to pay? I don't know. 42 cents. Is that good? I don't know. Let's look at the last payment. 38 cents, 37, 62. Oof. Yeah. So, I mean, it's really tough to tell. I'm going to leave it at 42. 42 cents, 42% yield. All right. So let's grab the yield, even though we know it, 42 cents, 42%. So good. So that's the update on the weeklies. All right. So now I'll go to the comments and then we'll talk more about whatever we want, right? Whatever. We got some time before I got to get my fat ass to the gym and then we can go from there. All right. So a lot of yip yap here. Let's see. Let me get caught up. Hims and hers. Ramon, please don't cover it up. I mean, what's the fun in that, though, right? What's the fun in that? Got to make it somewhat exciting. There you go with this early stuff again. 6:30. I know. Carl's telling them I gotta go to the gym, and my son has a double header, so we got to get to the fields early. It's a busy day, so this is the only way it's happening. Have we heard when the new prospectus will come into effect? It says effective immediately, but no swaps. Yeah, I mean, whenever they please, whenever they want to. So I'll look at that in a second, actually. Let's see. Ulti is great. Ulti is great. Mano says, woo, mean Gene, woo. All right. I'm still in Ulti. LA is still in Ulti. Well, why not? Why not, right? Yes, I'll get to the new prospectus. All right. All right. TC coming in grouchy. All right. Nothing new there, right? Let's see. Thorhammer, got to go to work. I'll have to listen to the recording tonight. Thank you for joining the live, and have fun at work. What do you, I don't know if he's still here, but share what you do if you are. All right. Let's see. That's for Thor. All right. It's 5:30 a.m. in Tulsa. Well, thank you for getting up, and I'm drinking my cold coffee now. Like I said, I need a little coffee warmer upper heater thing. Rod, did you do a review for your last week's? Oh, I did not. All right, I'll do that now, actually. Yeah. I always forget because I don't do a video now telling you guys what they're paying because it's kind of pointless. What's the point? I'm just reading off numbers. But here, let me show you. Tesla, they paid 76 cents. I had 81. So I guess that was all right. OARC, they paid 31. I had 28. GUI, they paid 34. I had 35. So that wasn't bad. Zomo, 39 versus 31. YBIT, 86 versus 62. Damn, way off. Snoy, $1.30 versus $1. Pretty much way off too. TSMY, another one way off, 78 cents versus 47. And then we got 31 cents on Crash versus 28. Feet, they paid way more than I thought, $1.44 versus my $1.06. And then 97 cents versus the 71 cents. So any eye openers from last week? Well, Tesla, we have a 106% yield, I'm showing. YBIT, 106% yield. And Snoy, 109% yield. So one thing we always want to do is show house money. All right. What is the house money situation? And sorry, let me hide the comment. Let me go back up. All right. So here it is. Tesla launched November 22nd, 2022. They launched at, well, technically they launched at like $20, but since they had a reverse split, the historical data does reflect that. So it's showing a launch price of $40.12. Okay. You know, considering that total distros paid $33.16. Again, we're double checking the formula, making sure it's picking up. Yep. So they paid out a total of $33.16. And that's 83% of the launch price. So that's the house money percentage right there. So they have almost paid back the full amount, the full original investment. And I know it's taken them forever to, you know, we're in 2025 now. Hopefully they do it before November of 2025. That way, the 3-year anniversary of Tesla, they could say, all right, we're at 100%. We're at 100% house money. We give a house money party. Any other notables? Not really. ORX at 65%, YBIT's at 52%, and Snoy is at 51%. So nothing too exciting there, but hopefully that's some helpful information. I'm going to go through some comments, and then we could pull up the prospectus if you guys want. The prospectus. All right, where was I? All right, so let's keep going down the line here. Yep, yeah, I'm caught up. We need a Kava ETF, do we? I don't know, maybe. HIMS ETF core, what? Okay. Any concern for the future of Misty with MSTR diluting shares to buy more Bitcoin constantly? No, not for me. I don't know about you. What's the new? I'll look. I'll show you in a second. All right. So, hey there. Thank you for the shout out last week. Of course. Thanks for all you do. No problem, man. Yeah. So I think, yeah, like I said, you said you have any YouTuber. We're in this together, right? Share your link. Share it. Especially on the live stream. Because more than likely the people on the live stream will follow you as well. Regardless of what your YouTube's about. So I always say, we're all in this together. And I know the struggle of YouTube for sure. Remember, it took me like 5 years to get 500 subscribers. All right. Thor for his job. Walking through the airport terminal to fly a bunch of folks. What? Are you a freaking pilot? $8. Be Rich says $8. Do you think so? No, AR Cuber, you the best. You the best. All right, let's keep going. We're scrolling. Safe flight, Thor. I don't know if he's a freaking pilot, flight attendant, or if he's just going on the plane. Anyway, exactly. MSTR has been diluting since 2020. Did you add all the new weeklies to your dividend car account? Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. And I will cover that at the end of this month. I only added like 10 shares to start with because I'm still in the margin, so I'm not really rushing to use more margin. Just using a little bit. Have you looked at Hoy? Hoy's in here now. I did add Hoy. Hi, Hoy. Hoy. Hoy is in group C, right? With the freaking Coney heads. You Coney heads out there, I see you. But here it is. It launched on May 7th, and Google Sheets says, no soup for you, which means what? Well, Hoy is not updated. Hoy is not updated, which, yeah, I'm not going to be updating anything manually for Hoy. It'll get there when it gets there. I can tell you the IV is 62%. And I can tell you Robinhood is at 66.08. Their 52-week low is $13.98. So a lot of people making bank bro on that one. They're 91% away from the low. So obviously they're, way too close to their 52-week high. So I wouldn't say this is a bargain basement deal. But who knows, man? Robinhood, they're a game changer, man. They're always doing good stuff. So who knows what that is. All right. Max, no way. Guys, check out Max Convexity. We got to motivate him. Max, one tip, one piece of advice. Now, I know you didn't ask for it, but before you go live, right, just give some advance notice to your community. You can post it in your Discord, my Discord. Well, post it in various Discords. Just give people a little heads up. That way they have time, to join. So if for example, if you're going to do a 4 p.m., no matter what, schedule that in advance. That way they'll get the notification through the YouTube and then share the link on the various websites. I don't know. That's my little piece of advice because, you're doing a lot of hard work out there. You're reading your stuff and people may have not, or they may be joining late. They just don't know. So that's my little piece of advice that you didn't ask for. But anyway, Hoy is week C. Yes, it is. Coney heads. C for Coney heads. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. All right, so let's go to the prospectus. So let's see here. So I pulled this from the YieldMax website. Here it is, YieldMax. I pulled up Misty's, of course, because Misty's the GOAT, right? And it says here, May 12th. All right. So effective, like someone said, effective immediately, blah, 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 blah. So they added this to the larger prospectus, which we know the prospectus is a long ass file. So they added some additional investment strategies. All right. So I'm going to read all this word for word, and then we'll talk about it, I guess. In addition to the options strategies described here within, so obviously they're not really changing anything that's existing from what you can tell from that wording, the fund may use the following additional strategies. May use, guys, may use. It doesn't mean because this is effective immediately, they're going to start using it. They just want it in their back pocket. They want more flexibility to do various things. So it can go a year with them not using this. Just keep that in mind. So again, they may use the following additional strategies to gain exposure to the underlying security. And that's through swaps, which again, I keep saying I need to learn more on swaps. So I'm not even going to try to explain swaps. But obviously, it's a way to gain exposure to the underlying. And then additional option strategies. Well, we love that. So it basically says the fund may utilize additional option strategies, including purchasing calls options deep in the money. So, like leaps, long calls, right? So, I mean, I think that's awesome. I don't know about you guys, but maybe think about this. Think about like if Misty made a lot of money one month and they could use that excess money to buy some leaps in the money leaps, right? And could you imagine the upside potential for future income? I don't know. I'm just thinking. I don't know what their thinking is, but they, unfortunately, this posted right after that interview I had with Jay and Scott. I'd like to talk about this when I speak to them again, which is who knows when. But that other interview, man, that interview went. I didn't know if it was a good interview after. I never watched it, but I don't ever watch my interviews. But from the feedback I got, people liked it. So I should have them back on. I don't know when, but unfortunately, we couldn't talk about this because this was not yet available. I guess the timing of the interview, maybe I should have just did it a day later. And it also says equity securities. The fund may purchase equity securities. So basically, the fund may purchase Mr. or whatever the underlying is, which is awesome. This is awesome. All right. So that's good stuff. All right. So that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a bunch of yip yap down here. I mean, this talks about swaps. I could probably read that, but I don't feel like it. And because again, everything I read, I forget in 2 seconds anyway, so it really doesn't matter. All right, what else is here? Oh, this is like the whole prospectus, I think. Yep. I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, it's basically like an amendment to the current prospectus, which is, again, my thoughts. Awesome. And why not have this from the beginning? Again, I think all of what they've been doing from the beginning was hard to get approved, to my understanding. And so they kind of like dip their toe in the water, and now they're adding. Obviously, there's other ETFs coming out too. So maybe the approval process is becoming a little easier. So obviously, now they have the flexibility to kind of do what they want. So imagine, an options trader like Scott, if you're listening, Scott, shout out to Scott, with all that year's experience, you're paying this expense ratio 0.99%, and you're happy to do it because you got someone with 30 freaking years experience of options trading. Hell yeah. Maybe even more, right? 30 to 40 years. I don't know. I don't want to age you, but I mean, who knows that about the other employees too, right? Again, these are professionals. This is what they do for a living. Again, when we trade options, it's kind of like our side gig, right? Because we're working all day. We're probably rushing our trades, but they're like focusing on what to do and how to do it best and do their, because they're getting graded on it. They're getting, that's their job. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. So that's the update on the prospectus. Let's see if there was any comments about it. Again, because we are live, and I could probably go till 7. Because again, I got to get my ass moving. I need to get to the gym. It's hard to get there between work, life, and YouTube now. All right. So let's see. Yeah, I haven't looked at PLTW at all. I wish I had more time, man. I would. Yeah, Max, you can your channel, the sky's the limit with your channel, man. You're one of those people, those options experts. Obviously you don't work for YieldMax, but still utilize your ability to, educate the community. See, Mono loves you, right? But Mono is also a Costco employee with me. So all right, so let's going effective immediately. Yeah. Sydney knows. Sydney. All right. There's no such thing as schedule in advance. That's a usage error. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Why would YieldMax go back to monthly? Well, they wouldn't. I don't know where that came from. Jay is on my station June 6th. All right. Go to Max Convexity's channel June 6th. Jay's going to be on. Max, you're going to ask, maybe Max can ask him about the new investment styles. Okay. But yes, again, create that video, right, for the future and then share that. Hype it up, baby. All right, let's see. Good morning, TNA. TNA, very, very helpful to my channel. Shout out to her. Good morning from New Jersey, back from Florida, man. Hey, Ed. All right, we got a lot of comments here. Have you heard the noises on the internet about some H or high div stocks moving to daily pay? Please. I'm not covering it. Whatever it is, I ain't covering it. I'm not doing that. I think Scott started it in the 80s. Yeah. Well, so maybe 40 years experience, right? Oh, wow. Yeah. See, I lowballed that too. All right. Actually, Jay's on the 4th. All right. Jay will be on June 4th on Max. Okay. I don't know what day that week that is. All right. Justin says, love your energy. Broski, trading, gym, family. Yeah, man. It's pretty much, it's work, it's gym, it's familia, it's baseball, it's YouTube, it's everything. It's this, that, and the other thing. All right. So Chuck Dunahee, thanks, Rod, your Group B breakdowns. Love the detail and clarity. Your estimates are always solid. Don't jinx me now, right? Can't wait for Wednesday's numbers. You're the go-to. Thank you, man. Thank you. What's everyone's favorite weekly payer? Question from D. Barlow, if anyone wants to answer them. Good morning, SB Trader. Hey, SB, what's going on? Busting my chops the other day in the Discord. I'll be watching Max. Yep. Daily pay. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's for damn sure. How are we going to be tracking daily paying ETFs when we're greeting people at Costco? All right. Sour Kiss, LFGY, and Ulti. Yeah. I mean, I 100% agree with that, honestly. ASB. Who else we got? Favorite LFGY. MJ likes LFGY. Wolf likes YieldMax. Kieran, my man, Ulti. All right. Thanks for the shout out. Happy Sunday, everyone. Yep. Chippity freaking doodah. You got that right. Or Lottie freaking da. Right? Who says that? All right. So I did pull up MST. I don't know why. Right? I just said, have they paid a dividend? And I don't see that they did. Right? You go here, you go down, distribution schedule, nothing yet. And I went to IMST. Again, this is the competitor, quote unquote, competitor to Misty. No distributions for them either, but they will declare on the 22nd. So they will declare this week. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. New addition to the Misty file. If I go to the MSTR funds, I did add winter. All right. You guys wanted it. I did. So what we're going to see now is winter is going to be part of the daily comparison. So if we look on Friday, MSTR went up 0.7%. MSTY went up 0.75%. Mr. went down 0.13%. So let's look on a big down day. May 15th, MSTR went down 4.73%. MSTY went down 4.22%. All right. But winter, right? Let's see how you doing. Up 3.48%. So that's pretty good, right? So we have to look again, all the down days, down 1.15, they went up 0.7, 0.79, down 2.68%, they went up 1.36%. So again, you know, I only go back as far as I started tracking this. I'm just looking for a huge down day. That was down to, let's see, let's keep going. Why is winter? When did winter launch? Because here's a big down day. All right, so MSTR on April 8th. Oh my goodness, they went down 11.26%, and winter only went up 6.63. Okay, all right. Here's a down 8%. It went up 6.87. It's not bad, not bad. It looks like it launched. I don't know what the launch price was, but they're at like $38 now. I'm guessing they launched around 50. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I did add that if you care. I assume a lot of you are Misty Mafia here. So I figured it can't hurt to talk about Misty ever, right? So let's see what we got here. LFGY, my favorite, says, Sean, that people demand more singing. I know. What song, though? I haven't sung in a while, but I just got to, I need a relative song, right? MSD, yep, declares on the 20th. Any other questions before we head out? I'll do a recap on my guesstimates, actually, before we head out, too. All right. Yep. Misty Mafia, right? Who's in the Misty Mafia? All right. So here we go. We have Misty Mafia. We have Coney Heads, right? What else we got? We got, what the hell was Platey? Oh my God, I forgot Platey's. Someone gave me one and I forgot. Oh my God. And then we have NVIDIA Nerds. What else? You guys, what do you got? You guys have one for Platey? Who's the one that gave me the Platey one? But all right, I could do so like that. That's no problem. All right. So they dropped the STR. Ulti Colty. Yes, there it is. Polty Posse. See, TNA knows everything. She has a good memory, not like me. Don't stop believing. Yeah, man. That's a great song, by the way. And then let me just keep going. Platey Punks. I like Platey Posse. Sorry, it's already declared Platey Posse. Here, do leverage funds have more IV? Hell yeah, they do. Typically double. Well, if it's double leverage or triple leverage, it's double or triple the IV. Plus or minus, of course. Not exact. All right. I'm late, damn it. Everhold Welding. You are late. All right. It's probably too busy welding, making money, making that big bucks. All right. So what else? I don't know. We got 258 people, and I covered everything I need to, right? So let's go to the recap, and you guys can give me an over or under. Sound good? Get some action in the live stream, right? I'll read these one by one, and you say over or under. Say the ticker, then over or under, so I know which one you're talking about. All right. So NVDY, 91 cents, which is a 70% yield. Over or under. So type in NVDY and then say over or under. All right. Phoebe, 56 cents, 44% yield. Over or under. JPMO, 58 cents, 45% yield. Mie, 14 cents, 76% yield. GDXY, 43 cents, 37% yield. Babo, baby. Babo, 62 cents, 46% yield. Platey, here's the big one, 615, 111% yield. Maro, 205, 104% yield. And then DIPS, 41 cents, 58% yield. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go through the weeklies, and you guys don't have to say. So they have a lot of NVIDIA unders there, Phoebe unders, Platey unders. So yeah, I guess I'm going too high on these, but we'll see, man. We shall see. I did add the lower distro for you guys in case you guys were wondering. Of course, yes, that's a formula as well. Equals min, and it grabs whatever. I have to remember to update. Again, yet another field to remember to update. But some people, they do base their future income that they're going to get on the minimum or the lowest distro. So now that's over here for you guys. All right. All right. So Platey under. There's one. I thought a lot of you said it was over. What do we got? Sylvia Jablonski was talking about dailies in an interview. Apparently they are in the works. Oh, good God. I mean, come on, daily payments, really? That's crazy. That is just, I mean, I'm good with monthly, man. I'm good with it. I don't need freaking weekly. Definitely don't need daily, but whatever, man. Whatever. All right. I think that's it. I think we covered everything. Any questions? Final questions before I head out, get my ass to the gym. Yeah, monthly check is good. Yeah, I know. People have been talking about daily. It's just, I don't know. Crazy. Everyone's crazy. All right, guys. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we'll try again tomorrow on the Monday recap, where, of course, during the Monday recap, I will finally cover my options trading update as well. And if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. Let's see how well we do today. Again, it's Platey Day, right? It's freaking Platey Day. Don't forget to follow all of the other YouTubers that are in the chat. Show them some love, show them some views, give them some likes, watch their commercials, all that jazz, right? Every YouTuber, they take the time to do it. It's hard work, man. And they're putting themselves out there for critique, and it's not easy, especially in the beginning, right? When you have like 2 people and you're like, the first comment, it's like negative. It's like, ah! But yeah, thank you, Beardy. You're number one. Beardy has a YouTube. I think he posted a short the other day with his big beard, right? I'm in the beard club. It's a beard kind of party. LA's even in the beard club. But his, of course, looks nice and clean. Not like mine, but anyway, yeah, I'm out of here. It's gym time. Yeah, get your work. I know. Where'd that go? I lost the heck just happened. Yes, I did see it on CNBC, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Love this channel. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted in the comments. Yeah, I did post that link on my X because that's freaking amazing. Yeah, there's MJ's YouTube, guys. He just has live streams with a bunch of people that are retired from the Philippines, and it's just, they're just talking about stuff, right? Are you not entertained? I mean, how can they not be, right? Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm done. I keep rambling. So I'm going to end it there. I just want to say, everyone that joined the live stream, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the ongoing comments. Anyone who watched after the fact, thank you as well. I appreciate it. And again, if you guys enjoy the content, feel free to hit the like button. If you want to help out the channel further, feel free to share with your friends and your family. Outside of that, I got nothing. Like I said, I'm getting my ass to the gym. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. You take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Where of time that they gone me on.